With the Covenant now a synchronized organism, the prodigy was no longer a man operating in the world. He was a phenomenon, a living force of nature channeled through perfect human instruments. Their work moved from projects to ecosystems, from ventures to entire parallel infrastructures. They built a platform called Apex. On the surface, it was a series of elegantly designed mental games, puzzles, memory challenges, focus exercises, but these were Trojan horses. Each level was a covert training module in the secret of rhythm. Players weren't just solving puzzles. They were learning to identify their own cognitive ebbs and flows, to harness peak mental states on demand, to align their work with natural cycles of energy, rather than the artificial draining sprint of the corporate vortex. Mastery in the game translated directly to mastery of one's own internal clock. Simultaneously, they launched Keystone, a financial framework. It looked like an investment platform, but it was built on the radical, transparent logic of correspondence. As within, so without. Every transaction, every fee, every algorithm was open source and visible. It bypassed the traditional bankers not by attacking them, but by making their opaqueness obsolete. It demonstrated that true abundance arises from clarity and trust, not from hidden fees and predatory debt. It was a financial instrument that taught a spiritual principle. Your outer economy is a perfect reflection of your inner integrity. Each new creation was a delivery system for another secret. A conflict resolution app taught the secret of polarity, showing users how to transform opposition into creative synergy. A fitness protocol encoded the secret of vibration, teaching that true strength is about resonant frequency, not brute force. The prodigy was no longer preaching the path to zenith. He was weaving its principles into the very operating systems of daily life. He was building the new world within the shell of the old, thread by luminous thread. The bankers, janitors of tech, finance, and law saw this not as innovation, but as insurrection. They launched lawsuits, claiming intellectual property theft over ideas that were, by nature, universal and ancient. They funded smear campaigns in media outlets they controlled, painting the Covenant as a cult, a scam, a danger. But they were fighting a phantom with paper swords. You cannot sue a revelation. You cannot outcompete a team whose fuel is sacred purpose and whose standard is transcendent competence. You cannot smear a man who has voluntarily walked through the fire of hunger and public scorn and emerged without a single thread of attachment to his reputation. The lawsuits stalled in procedural muck, defeated by the Covenant's flawless, transparent documentation. The smear campaigns only amplified their signal, as seekers recognized the janitor's fear for what it was: proof of potency. Clone products launched, but they were empty husks. They had the form, but not the living frequency, the code, but not the consciousness behind it. The prodigy had become unstoppable, not through martial force, not through political manipulation, but through the quiet, relentless application of flawless competence, elevated to an art form. He moved through their world like a ghost through walls, building a reality they could perceive but not touch, influence but not control. Every defensive move they made only served to highlight the obsolescence of their entire paradigm. The current of Zenith was now flowing, and no dam made of old world rules could ever hope to hold it back.